Hey, Christi Ratcliff here. So to recap on Tuesday, I asked the question of what is your desired result when it comes to your expectations for this holiday season? With the journal download, you took the opportunity to sit down and walk through what your inner critic says is the must accomplish list to not fail this holiday season. Then you allowed your inner voice in there to say, okay, here's your truth. This is what is important to you. These are the things that will allow you to enjoy the season, appreciate the moments, and all the opportunities to give from your soul. True story. Let me give an example of what mine was when I sat down and did the journaling assignment. For those who don't know me, I am in a NASCAR racing family. This has been our lifestyle since about December of 1995. My husband is a crew chief, and our holidays are usually jam-packed because the racing season goes from February through the week before Thanksgiving. Therefore, everything has to be crammed into the holiday season before the next season of racing starts, which is February. Seriously, that can be some overwhelming expectations, and I can honestly say many years ago, I did not enjoy the holiday season because I had too many expectations of not just myself, but of others for this time frame. When I chose to sit down and ask these questions of myself, it changed the mental load I had in my enjoyment of the season. So, okay, to recap, I have roughly 12 weeks to cram the other 9 months into. So the first thing I did was I sat down and wrote out from my inner critic's voice her expectations that were based on perfectionism and fear. I know some of you get me here. Next, I wrote down the expectations of my family and my extended family. That included travel, gift giving, cooking, decorating, etc. Then from the mindset of my inner voice, I wrote down how I would do the holiday season from a place of joy and grace. Then I took both those lists and I highlighted the things that brought me joy to do. They didn't drain me, they didn't cause me strife or worry, and they were not about what other people wanted or hoops to jump through. They were just purely from my soul, the things I love. Then I looked at the list and I said, what are the things on this list that drain me, that I cannot stand to be a part of, that really make me feel less than, and if I don't do them, even ashamed? I marked through the ones that were draining and only done out of fear, and I highlighted in yellow the ones I thoroughly enjoyed. The ones that were left were those like kind of in-between items that they didn't really bring me joy, but they didn't drain me to depletion either. I looked at each one of those and I said to myself, if I don't do this item, will I look back on regret for myself? Does this one item help me build my legacy? And how profound is this item to the day-to-day of enjoying the season? What is the real reason I do this item? And when I asked myself those questions, there were quite a few items that got marked out because they did not serve me or serve those around me in a way that was healthy and giving. And then there were a few that stayed on, though they didn't bring me that joy, that elation of joy the way the other ones did for me. They were about others. And I'll give you an example of that one. So going early to my in-laws' house is not something that I would say brings me that elation of joy. And it's not because I don't love being with my family. It's because I absolutely do. Really, it's because I'm trying to shove 9 months worth of stuff in 3 months because of our chosen lifestyle, and every day matters to me. But here's the thing. Going early for Thanksgiving means I get to help my mother and father-in-law create a Thanksgiving tradition and legacy that I know will live on for generation after generation. I run errands for my mother-in-law. I help her make sure she has what she needs, and it helps in our relationship. I can be there for her, and that is important to me. Does going early bring me that joy? No, but the result of that one choice does bring me joy. It's very important that you choose what stays on your list. It is also equally important that what stays on your list when you look back over the holiday season has you looking back with joy and appreciation. I will see you next week for tip 2.